do battle against Jacob Neighbors. We got 5-color Bring to Light on one side, Just Guy Black on the other. Neighbors appears to be up a game at this point. We'll take a look at the board and get an idea exactly what's going on in this game.
Neighbors deck here, very spell-heavy take on Bring to Light here.
Yeah, this is a very different build. He's got 4 mana copies of Hellish Visionary. You can see 2 of them on the battlefield. There's a Nissa and a Jace out there that have both been flipped already. A lot of commands in the deck, too. 4 Ochai's commands, 3 Kolaghan's commands, 2 Salumgar's commands, 2 copies of Brutal Expulsion. You can go a lot of different ways with this deck.
And if you're looking to help out a little bit against Atarka Red and other beatdown decks, a card that you can point to, a lot of people don't play or consider it this way, Elvish Visionary. It's just something to do on the second turn of the game that's going to trade with, maybe even trades with just a Dragonfire token. If you get a threat, you happen to get a Wild Slash for your trouble, that's a really good use of 2 mana.
Soulfire Grandmaster, the only thing out there for Mize. You see he's at 30, Neighbors down to 11. A lot of cards for both players here, so I think we're going to have a bit of a long game here. Sultai Charm took care of that Outpost Siege. Now we'll see what Mize is up to here. Number 10 on our Season 4 leaderboard. He'll start with the Dragon Master Outcast. Card that's trending upward right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, first time around, saw very little play. Kind of a fun casual card. Now, with Ochai's command, very different.
Neighbors will take a draw. Nissa, gonna move up to 7 here. Take a look at that top card. Planner Outburst. Prairie Stream the land for the turn. Now there's a copy of Languish. Don't really want that Dragon Master Outcast hanging around. That much is clear.
This game is shaping up, it looks like just a battle of attrition here, but Neighbors feels like he's quite a bit ahead in that kind of war.
Well, he's the one with Nissa, right?
Just everything in his deck is a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no low-impact cards here.
Disdainful Stroke's going to be rebought, or at least try to be, but there's the power of Dispel. And that's a card that's going to be very impressive, I think, all weekend long.
Yeah, it seems like the time is ripe for a lot of Dispels to be in people's decks. I mean, just look at Neighbors' list here. I mean, all these commands, Brutal Expulsion, Dispel is very good against him, too.
Yep. Jace is going to tick up. Now Neighbors will pass the turn back. Sitting behind 2 powerful Planeswalkers. Mize, he's drawn. Picked up a copy of Bloodstained Mire for the turn. Logan came into this turn with 2 buys, so this is his first match played on the weekend. He'll sacrifice the Bloodstained Mire.
And Logan here with the pair down to one of the 101 players, too.
Basic Mountain is the weapon of choice, though Logan may consider something else. Looks like it's time to go for a cruise. Curious if this card starts to see more play.
Treasure Cruise?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to be said for single color mana requirements now with the way the mana bases look.
3 cards drawn there for Mize, one of them Crackling Doom, another one copy of Jace. Not saying Cruise is going to be a 4 of like it was in Legacy, but 1 or 2 copies seems reasonable.
Logan's on 3.
Okay.
He's playing quite a few.
There's Jace. And now here's a Wild Slash. On the upkeep, that's going to go after Nissa. Slow it down a little bit, want to stay away from that ultimate. Neighbors will draw.
Neighbors kind of working his way towards 2 ultimates here.
Yep. Little column A.
Little column B.
Yeah.
Classics, 6/6 plus Millstone strategy. Hard to beat both things.
A Magic staple. Looks like he's going to tick down Jace. Time to flash something back.
I mean, if you're the type of person who's just into value plays, it's hard to do a lot better than what Neighbors is up to.
It's going to be deal 2 to Jace, make you discard a land.
Just every card Neighbors has played is just, yep, that's a 2-for-1 at worst.
Polluted Delta going to come in from Nissa. What's next here for Jacob? All right, draw a card.
That's another 2-for-1.
Yep. Now pass the turn back. Ochai's command in hand. Sure. I kind of like what's going on the left side of the table. 2-for-1 city.
I question the beatdown matchup.
I think it'll be a little rough, probably.
We've seen a lot of 5-color Bring to Light decks where the power is just sort of, it's unclear how powerful the deck is, even though it's playing with all these spells. Neighbors is paying some costs here, but his spells are spectacular.
Yeah. Slumgar's command, huh?
Ugh.
That's another 2-for-1. But a dispel here from Logan. This will allow his treasure cruise to resolve. So he'll draw 3. Note that Logan delved away everything except for Dragon Master Outcast. You can tell what the plan is with that.
Ochai's command is somewhere down the line.
Yep. I think he's found one, actually. That's the big sneaky strategy here for Mize. Get that thing back, start cranking out dragons. In the meantime, Neighbors is going to sacrifice his Polluted Delta.
You have extra time. Please call for a judge. Otherwise, play 5 additional turns.
Oh, Neighbors will draw. Horribly awry. Nissa gonna tick up. Dispel. That's awkward.
Yeah, especially with Logan's plan here being he wanted to cast Ochai's command end of turn. That got a lot worse.
Yep. Many are taking note that Dispel looks to be very well positioned in this format. Now Jace will go up, pass that turn back. Here's Crackling Doom. Kind of like Logan leading out with that to try to get the Dispel.
I mean, yeah, and you get to prevent Nissa from going ultimate. It's fine.
Yeah. It's worth a shot.
I don't think Neighbors is going to use Dispel there.
No, I don't think so
It's my
either.
sense of it.
Abacaro keep the draw. See if this resolves. If so, what does it yield? No, that's not going to work. Horribly awry. That'll exile the Abbot. Here's Jace. Ochai's command.
This is great.
this is hard for Logan to get through.
I've never seen someone resolve this many treasure cruises and feel like they got nothing to work with.
Yep. Oh, get back to the Elvish Visionary, draw a card. Thanks.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yeah. A little trip to Value Town.
That is sweet. Not good enough to draw a card. He's also got to get the 1/1 for his troubles.
Nissa reveals Bring to Light.
Ooh, offense time.
Oh, finally. Neighbor's going to start getting to work on that 28 life. Attack here for 4. Mize down to 24. There's a Delta. Jace is going to tick up. I think Jacob pretty happy to pass the turn back here. Here's Ochai's command. I want to get back my Dragon Master Outcast. It's got Dispel at the ready. A single blue mana will take care of that. Might as well untap. He's got a land in hand. He's been ground down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
no more.
Yeah, he's had enough. Jacob Neighbors is going to win this match over Logan Mize. 2-0. 5-color Bring to Light. A different build takes care of Jeskai Black. It's 2-for-1 City there on the left for Jacob Neighbors, and it looked pretty good there.
I want to watch more of this deck.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily saying Neighbors has the exact right build here, but I'm a lot more intrigued about what's going on in his deck than I am by a lot of the other versions of 5-color Bring to Light I've seen thus far.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting to watch. Elvish Visionary seems a little unconventional in the deck, and then all of a sudden it looks pretty good.
Well, these decks need to defend themselves earlier in the game. It's been the same story every single time we've watched 5-color Bring to Light on camera, and I don't know if it's won a game one against a Tarka Red yet that we've watched.
Nope.
And I'm not saying Elvish Visionary is enough on its own to make that okay, but if on turn 2 you put a thing into play that can block at least once or get targeted by a removal spell instead of saying go, then maybe that's enough for your Siege Rhinos and your Sweepers to be able to win the game.
It can certainly help. It feels as though it's at least a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying that it's going to be a guaranteed win if you play Elvish Visionary on turn 2. No one's saying that, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. I also really do like the little combo you got going on there with Oceanize Command too.
It's a free one to get back, so you can still get your card out of it if that's what you're looking to do. And even in control matchups, having little creatures in play that can tax planeswalkers, it matters. I mean, it's not, again, none of this is game-winning stuff on its own, but in conjunction with other stuff you got going on, Elvish Visionary can do a lot of work.
Yeah, so that's going to do it here for round number 3. Now, we got a lot to talk about when we do come back over the next couple of rounds. Of course,